Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be watching Alex Bale's SpongeBob Conspiracy Episode 1, The Squilliam Theory. Now, I got this video on my homepage last night. Not this specific video, but the Mrs. Puff Theory, and that genuinely shocked me. So I was like, you know what? The shock on my face while I had while not recording a video, maybe I should check out his other ones while reacting. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Fancy son. Squilliam Fancy Son. Squilliam Fancy Son.
Squilliam
Fancy Son III is Squidward's rival from high school band class.
So,
yeah.
I just took my private yacht across my private lake to my private
Squilliam be just like randomly
He's more
appearing.
wealthy, popular, and talented than Squidward, and he always rubs it in his face.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm living your dreams, Squidward. Oh, just succeeding
Low key, it feels like Squilliam was just there just to make Squidward mad, bruh.
in everything you failed in.
But I intend
Damn.
to prove that he's a fraud, using his wealth to make himself seem more popular and talented than he actually is. He goes to
Ooh.
ridiculously extreme and expensive lengths to humiliate Squidward and show his superiority, and I'm gonna prove it.
Ooh, okay.
SpongeBob is one of my favorite shows from my childhood. Even going back now
Same.
and rewatching the old ones, it still holds up. You might think, it's just a kid's show, there's no continuity, there's nothing worth theorizing about.
Nah, bro, they be hiding secrets in SpongeBob for real. And two, SpongeBob is just one of the greatest shows of all time.
But
Like,
the show
that
constantly
warm
brings
feeling.
back characters and references
Oh.
to previous episodes. And if
Oh.
you look closely, you can connect the dots and find some
Oh.
very interesting stories. And today, I'm going to prove that Squilliam Fancy Son III is a manipulative fraud. Evidence number 1, the pet hospital. We first meet
Ooh.
Squilliam in Season 2, Episode 15, Band Geeks. The
Band
episode
Geeks.
opens with Squidward playing
What
the
a banger.
clarinet and getting a knock on the door.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street, and I understand you have a dying animal on the premises.
Immediately after, Squidward gets a call from Squilliam.
Okay.
Hello, you've reached the house of unrecognized talent. Please start after the...
Sounds as though you've got a dying animal to attend to, eh, old chum?
I believe that not only was Squilliam
Bro, it's the things... Nah, that is kind of weird that he would know that. Like, so basically, I'm assuming he set that up. But also, it's weird because when I'm watching these episodes, you don't think about it. That's what I like about this dude when I saw his other theory. He, like, thinks about every little nuanced thing in SpongeBob.
spying on
Brilliant.
Squidward to know when he was playing his clarinet.
Oh, spying
but
on
he
him.
also hired the doctor to come and
Yeah,
embarrass
that's what I was
Squidward.
thinking.
Yeah, we're with the pet hospital down the street. Pet hospital down the street.
We have never seen a pet hospital in Bikini Bottom. We've only ever seen just the regular Bikini Bottom hospital. We've seen this purple
Okay.
dogfish before, but
That is
once
true.
again, he's never worked at a pet hospital. We've only ever seen him at the regular general hospital.
Well,
Yeah.
Mr. SquarePants, it seems you have the suds. Are you ready for your treatment?
Then there's this green fish behind him, and we've only ever seen him as one of the many identical paramedics that work at the Bikini Bottom Hospital.
Yeah,
We
why do they
even
all
see
be
him
looking
at
the
the end
same?
of the episode to take Squilliam away after fainting. So it is very likely that Squilliam hired these two and told them to pretend like they're from a pet hospital just to humiliate Squidward. But this is just the start of Squilliam's elaborate
Bro, these be shocking me. So, like, the pet hospital doesn't even exist. Wow.
lies.
By the way, I'm only not off like off what he's saying. Like I'm completely believing him because of his Miss Puff theory, bro. He was like connecting dots, bro. So I'm gonna believe him, and I'll try to be fishy about it if I start to notice things. But so far,
Evidence number 2, the Bubble Bowl.
I'm hearing
In
what
the
he's
same
saying.
episode, Squilliam also says,
I'm the leader of a big fancy band now, and we're supposed to play the Bubble Bowl next week. The problem is, I'm busy next week and can't make it, so I was hoping you and your band could cover for us.
but we've never seen Squilliam's band before, and despite claiming he's too busy to make it to the Bubble Bowl, he still shows up at the end to watch Squidward's band. So both his excuse and probably his band were made up to pressure Squidward into humiliating himself at the Bubble Bowl. Evidence number 3,
Wow.
Squilliam's friends.
This dude's just
in
freaked
Season
up.
3, Episode 8, Squilliam returns. Squidward leaves for work and conveniently bumps into Squilliam and all of his fancy friends, despite Squilliam not seeming like the kind of guy that would come near the Krusty Krab. He and his friends
That's
make
true.
fun of Squidward for working as a cashier.
Hold it! Don't tell me! You're a cashier!
Don't lie. Lying always makes it worse.
But I believe that this encounter was planned out by Squilliam in advance, and he hired all of those people to pretend to be his friends. Take a look at Squilliam's friends. They're all nicely dressed, you kind of get the sense that they're fancy, high-status members of Bikini Bottom, but
But these are characters we've already seen before, and they wouldn't have no way. All those people live in Bikini Bottom, bro.
They aren't. This is more like what the fancy rich people in Bikini Bottom look like.
Yeah.
These are just some regular Bikini Bottom citizens. Most of them usually don't even wear nice clothes like this. And most of them are regulars at the Krusty Krab and would already know Squidward as the cashier. These are not
Matter of
the
fact,
type
half of them are
people
kinda-
Squilliam would hang out with. I mean, why
Using
would
him as an
Squilliam
example.
be hanging out with one of Pearl's teenage friends?
Yeah, that's a little
At
weird.
the end of the episode, Squilliam even admits to his whole life being fake.
I made everything up about my life. I have no yachts, jets, or anything. I was only trying to impress you.
And then, of course, he quickly says he's just kidding.
Is that true?
Of course not! I'm filthy stinking rich!
But
But he low-key wanted to let the truth out.
was he kidding? I mean, obviously
I
he's
don't know.
rich, but is there a nugget of truth in there? Evidence number 4, the statue. In Season 7, Episode 6, Squidward has to pick up trash for community service, and Squilliam once again conveniently bumps into him and reveals he's cleaned up so much trash that the city actually built a statue of him.
Maybe if you clean up Bikini Bottom, they'll build a statue of you. Oh, wait! They've already built one. Of me! I cleaned up all of Bikini Bottom in only 1 week.
I believe that once again, this encounter was staged by Squilliam, and he actually paid to get that statue built. As Squilliam tells Squidward about the statue, a female fish admires it and says,
Bless you, Squilliam Fancy Sim. Bless you.
but if you remember, this is one of those friends Squilliam likely paid, making her whole comment feel
Bro,
very
that should be shocking me on time. Wow. I mean, you could think of it like, just like, oh, SpongeBob's just reusing characters, which is what I was thinking during the Mrs. Puff theory, but nah. This does go deep, y'all. I'm promising y'all. It's weird.
very fake. By the end of the episode, Squilliam's statue gets
He just
destroyed.
has paid
a police
actors.
officer approaches and they have this exchange.
This is your statue?
It was.
Squilliam admits that it's his statue, not the
So he
city.
built it.
And why else would the officer give him specifically a ticket if it was city
I'm not gonna lie, no susness, but this dude got some heavers on him, bro.
property? Evidence
Cake.
number 5, the concert. In Season 6, Episode 17, Squidward watches Squilliam play the clarinet at a big fancy concert. He receives a standing ovation, causing Squidward to leave angrily.
Squidward's out of
But
there.
I believe this entire concert is a scam. Not only has the audience been paid to cheer, but Squilliam never even touches his instrument. Once again, many of the audience members were part of Squilliam's
Wouldn't have Squidward seen that, though?
friends, but we also never actually see Squilliam play the clarinet. The episode opens right after he's finished his performance with the audience cheering, and one member of the audience says,
He's such a great musician. He doesn't even have to touch an instrument to be brilliant.
maybe the
Okay, that completely debunks what I was just about to say. I mean, I guess it doesn't at the same time, but like, wouldn't Squidward, if Squidward was watching, wouldn't he know that Squilliam didn't even play?
real reason Squidward leaves so angrily is because the audience cheered for Squilliam even though he never even touched his clarinet. Maybe Squilliam is just as bad as Squidward at the clarinet and he's trying to hide it. Squilliam has gone to some pretty extreme lengths just to humiliate Squidward, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to what he does next.
Okay.
Evidence number 6, the music college. In the
music
same
college.
episode, after Squidward leaves the concert, he's approached by the headmistress of the Bikini Bottom prestigious music college.
Aren't you the esteemed Squilliam Fancyson III, who we all came here to see perform tonight?
She mistakes him for Squilliam
That would
and offers
hurt.
him a position as a professor.
That would
Squidward
hurt.
pretends to be Squilliam and teaches a class, only for the police to burst in and arrest him, all while he's being filmed on live TV. And I believe that
It was
this
all
is
set up?
Squilliam's most elaborate and most expensive scheme to destroy
That's
Squidward both
messed up.
publicly and legally.
That
This
is
encounter
messed
where
up.
Squidward gets offered a job is already suspiciously convenient, but listen closely to their exchange.
I'm Squilliam Fancy Son.
But didn't you just say a minute ago that your name was Squidward Q Tentacles?
It is. No, I mean, no, I didn't.
Well, that's a relief. I mean, what kind of a moron would go to their worst enemy's music recital?
What kind of moron would go to their own enemy's music recital?
How would she know that's Squidward's enemies, bro?
How does she know that Squidward and Squilliam are enemies?
Because only Squilliam and Squidward really know that for real.
If she knew who Squidward was, then why didn't she recognize him? Why would she mistake him for Squilliam? This feels way too much like she was hired by Squilliam to set a trap for Squidward. And if that's not enough, the headmistress's associate is literally just a guy from the paid audience wearing a disguise. He just threw on some glasses to seem smart. Squilliam knew that Squidward couldn't resist the opportunity to teach a music class, even if it meant breaking the law.
My very own music class.
Then we get to the Bikini Bottom prestigious music college, and right off the bat, there's something very fishy about this place.
Doesn't look like a class at all.
The building itself is very green and grimy, and has a very cheap metal look. Nothing about this says prestigious, except for the big sign on top, which feels like the only new
which literally says prestigious. So basically, Squilliam just bought a ran-down school and just knew Squidward would believe it. That is kind of messed up, man.
Thing about this building. I think there is a very good chance that Squilliam just bought some old warehouse, then stuck a sign and some paint on it to disguise it as a college. I mean, look at these other schools in Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, they
all have a very nice structure and a paint job, but this prestigious music college looks like a dumpster. Going into the classroom, not only does it have another one of Squilliam's friends, but if this is such a prestigious college, how did SpongeBob and Patrick get in?
Would you two numbskulls mind telling me what you're doing in music class anyway?
They just chilling.
Sure. Patrick's New Year's resolution was to learn to play an instrument.
They say it was their New Year's resolution to take a music class, but you'd think it'd be harder for them to get into an esteemed music school if they just decided to go to it on a whim. Seems
Why
like
didn't
they're just letting
Squidward question any of this?
Then, both the police, Squilliam and the headmistress, and a live news broadcast show up at the same time to arrest Squidward for impersonating Squilliam. If the extremely coincidental fact that all of these people suddenly showed up at the same time isn't enough for you to believe that Squilliam set it all up, I've got something that's going to blow your mind.
There's another example?
Squilliam literally has the police working for him.
Squidward, cute.
No freaking way, dude.
Tentacles, I'm placing you under arrest for impersonating a genius.
If that doesn't sound like he's been paid off, I don't know what does. The lengths that Squilliam goes to humiliate Squidward are insane. He literally builds statues and entire buildings just to make Squidward feel inferior. But why? Why would anyone go so far to embarrass an old high school band classmate? What happened between them? What could have caused this extreme level of dedication? Well, unfortunately, we never really get much information on their past. I've spent hours reading through the SpongeBob Wikipedia and looking at old episodes, and there really just isn't any clues that would explain their weird relationship.
That's unfortunate.
I guess we can't solve everything, but either way, that's my theory. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Wait a second.
What?
Wait a second.
What has he found?
Season 6, Episode 5, Slide Whistle Stooges. Just a normal episode where SpongeBob and Patrick annoy Squidward. Nothing really out of the ordinary.
I remember this episode.
Except I have one question about this episode. Why does Squidward have Squilliam's robe?
God damn. That music's be scaring me.
That is clearly not the purple robe he usually wears. That is Squilliam Fancyson III's robe. Why would Squidward have this?
That is weird.
Unless they were more than just classmates. Could they have once been dating?
Oh, hell, it's not.
That's not possible. There's no evidence to support that. Right?
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
Alright, buddy. Alright, this part, there's no way. There's no way.
It can't be.
I mean, what kind of a moron would go to their worst enemy's music recital?
It's been right in front of us this whole time.
Our sources last saw Evil harassing teenagers up at Makeout Reef.
Makeout Reef. Good times, good times.
Voted most likely to suck eggs in high school.
Holy shit!
Okay. I don't think that happened. That last part. At least I don't think so. I think they definitely had a past, but I don't know if it was that kind of past. But I believe that Squilliam set up all that. After watching this, I 100% believe Squilliam set up everything. But I think this dude just wanted like a funny outro. I do not think that's their past. I think maybe Squilliam's just jealous of the normal life, or he's just so bored of being rich that, or maybe he does like Squidward. I don't know. It is kind of weird and makes you ask a lot of questions. But the thing this guy's videos made me realize, SpongeBob's a lot deeper. Like, obviously it's a kid's shows, but you gotta think, bro, these adults that are making the show probably get a little bored of it, just gags and stuff, so they hide secret lore that they made up in the background. Like, and that's something I can believe, because if honestly, if I worked on a show, I would be hiding hidden lore too. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, If you guys did happen to enjoy and you want me to check out more SpongeBob theories, please do make sure to like and subscribe, turn on all post notifications, and I will see all you dudes in the next video. Peace.